Henry and Gordon were lonely when Thomas left the yard to run his branch line. They missed him very much. They had more work to do and had to fetch their own coaches. They didn't like that. James grumbled too.
決して休むことはできない。
They all complained. But the coaches only laughed.
あなたは怠け者すぎる。あなたは怠け者すぎる。
They answered. Altogether, the engines were causing the fat controller a great deal of trouble. The big stations at both ends of the line each have a turntable. The fat controller had made them so that the tender engines can be turned round, because it is dangerous for them to go fast backwards. Tank engines like Thomas don't need turntables. They can go just as well backwards as forwards. But to hear Gordon talk, you would have thought that the fat controller had given him a tender just to show how important he was.
わかってないね、トーマス。私たち入札機関車には守るべき立場があるんだ。あなたがどこに行こうが関係ない。あなたは単なる戦車機関車なのだから。しかし、私たち大型機関車がどこに行かなければならないかは重要だ。だから、僕らのような機関車が汚い車両基地で働くのは良くないんだ。
Thomas chuckled and went off with Annie and Clarabelle.
恥ずべきことだ。
Gordon hissed as he ran backwards to the turntable. The turntable was in a windy place close to the sea, and if he was not on it just right, he put it out of balance and made it difficult to turn. Today, Gordon was in a bad temper, and the wind was blowing fiercely. His driver tried to make him stop in the right place, but Gordon wasn't trying. The fireman tried to turn the handle, but Gordon's weight and the strong wind prevented him. "It's no good," they said at last. "Your tender upsets the balance. If you were a nice tank engine, you'd be all right. Now you'll have to pull the next train backwards." "Look," called some boys. "There's a new tank engine." "Oh, it's only Gordon back to front."
こんにちは。戦車型機関車の振りですか？なんて懸命なんでしょう。それを見る日が来るとは思わなかった。
Gordon said nothing. Even James laughed when he saw him.
気をつけて。あなたも立ち往生するかもしれない。
くだらない。私はあなたほど太っていない。つまらないようにするよ。
Thought James. He stopped on just the right place to balance the table. It could now swing easily. Gordon arrived in time to see everything. James turned much too easily. The wind puffed him round like a top. He couldn't stop.
おやおや、トップのふりをしているのかい？
Poor James, feeling quite giddy, rolled off to the shed without a word. That night, the three engines had an indignation meeting.
テンダー機関車をこのように扱うのは恥ずべきことだ。ゴードンは後方に移動しなければならず、人々はそれを揶揄する。ジェームスは上半身裸のようにスピンするし、みんな僕らをバカにしている。でも、トップハムハット卿はとにかく私たちに車両基地での仕事をさせるんだ。
聞いてくれ、
said Gordon. He whispered something to the others.
明日やろう。トップハムハット卿がバカを見るだろう。
The engines had decided to go on strike.